Town taxi bosses are struggling to reach an agreement to resolve the taxi violence in the city. It's claimed over 80 lives since the beginning of this year. Transport officials say they'll shut down all taxi rents if the violence does not stop. The Kata and Kodeta taxi bosses have been fighting over routes. My colleague eNCA reporter Nobesuthu Hejana covering that story for us. Good afternoon, Nobesuthu. Welcome to the Midday View. What actually has been said will be the best way forward now, as outlined earlier by the Minister of Transport, Fikile Mbalula, and the MEC for Transport in the Western Cape, Daylin Mitchell?
Well, Braden, we know that at this stage, both taxi associations have not reached an agreement, and this briefing that we had a few minutes ago, it was basically to inform members of the public that they will still need to use alternative mode of transport to go to their work, as the Minister of Transport has also said that he is planning to meet with PRASA later on the day to possibly discuss whether they will be able to increase the number of trains that will also assist commuters, because at this point we know that the only mode of transport that is available is actually the buses from Golden Arrow, which have been increased this morning to 80%, where they've been operating in the peripheries of those communities that have been declared hotspots. We also heard from both the MEC and the Minister of Transport saying that they are once again going to allow those two associations to meet again on their own, as just to see if they can at least reach a point of agreement. But we know that the Minister of Transport, Mr. Fikile Mbalula, also announced that he will be bringing up a panel of experts that will be meeting with those associations, and they will see whether they will be able to convince both parties to reach an agreement.
And any word from the association that you've picked up that they are willing to continue talking in a way to find a peaceful resolution to their fight over these routes?
Well, but then as the Minister was addressing the media, I did send a number of texts to the Kodeta team, and I was asking them what is the way forward. And they were saying that, again, both parties are not willing to reach or compromise with each other. So at this stage, they do feel like, even though the lives of the people at this stage have been impacted financially, some families losing their loved ones, but they're saying that at this stage, because both parties are not reaching an agreement, they will suspend their services further until an agreement has been reached. And we also heard from the MEC, Daylin Mitchell, saying that he's considering using his powers, which will see taxi ranks or routes being closed off as these fights or wars are continuing with both associations.
And the commuters will continue to bear the brunt of this fight, and the commuters have been affected in more ways than one. I saw you very early this morning speaking to some of them. Surely the news coming out of this briefing that there's no agreement yet is not to come with great comfort to commuters in Cape Town.
Well, certainly, Braden, when we were in Nyanga, in Botcher's Quarry, where Golden Arrow buses are operating, they've been escorted there by law enforcement officers. We heard from a number of communities who were saying that it is impacting them financially, as one lady was even telling me that before 8, a bus ticket will cost them around 10 rands, but after 9, they will then have to pay around 29 rands, which is something that they've not budgeted for. And another lady was also saying that they're used to these fights between the two associations, but what worries them is that they would usually take a day or two, but this has been a 6 or a week long days of negotiations between the two associations, and when we have seen not one agreement has been taken because both parties are refusing to reach a compromise.
Thank you very much, Nobesuthu Hejana, for that update there from Cape Town, in the venue where the Minister and other government officials, including from the Western Cape, were briefing the media about the latest regarding that ongoing violence between the two taxi associations, CATA and CODETA, in Cape Town. No agreement yet has been reached. That's not good news at all for the commuters who rely on minibus taxis to get to and from various destinations, including work.